Hi guys, sorry I haven't done a video in quite some time and I don't really feel like doing a video about health anxiety or social anxiety as such because neither have been a particularly large problem for me, which is especially surprising considering the situation at the moment with the coronavirus. I don't quite know how I'm surviving without having panic attacks due to my health anxiety, but all is going good so far. Anyway, I've spent a lot of time recently thinking about my own personal development and some of the larger factors that hindered my progress in terms of trying to grow as a person. And one of the things I wanted to talk about and give my opinion on is the comfort zone, because it's reassuring, but it's a reassuring trap in my experience. And for many years, in fact most of my life, probably up until only about 6 months ago, or 8 months ago perhaps, my comfort zone was my only form of protection, and I used it most of the time. And over the years, the problem with staying within your comfort zone is inevitably, excuse me, inevitably as you get older and you have more and more experiences, there's more experiences that you come across that might have a negative outcome or don't make you feel comfortable. So the problem as time goes by is the more things that you decide had a bad outcome become part of your belief system about what will happen if you did them again. So they no longer become part of your comfort zone. And one by one, with every new thing you decide that you don't feel comfortable with, your comfort zone is getting smaller and smaller. And essentially, I found that if you let it get smaller and smaller, there's only so many directions that can go in. And for me, it was going crazy. You know, it's everything's so restricted that you cannot do anything, and it means everything causes you fear and anxiety, and there's nowhere to go with that. And I think the the long-term eventuality from it is going to end in depressive episodes and things like agoraphobia. You're not going to want to leave your physical comfort zone, you know, if you let it go on long enough. So I wanted to talk about a theory that I sort of had somebody refer to it probably about a year ago in a YouTube video, and it stuck with me, and I've implemented it, and it's a very workable solution to the problem. I don't remember the person who presented the idea, but I shall try and present my recollection of the concept and see whether or not it's something that resonates with anyone else, because I found it very helpful. Okay, so let me just find find a lid. Right, okay, so the example is going to be this lid here, right, because it's a circle. And everything within your comfort zone, all the things you're okay doing, you can do often, don't cause you a problem, they don't cause you anxiety, they don't cause you stress, lives within the comfort zone, and that's in the center. All the things that make you feel afraid and you don't want to do because it causes anxiety, or you have beliefs that the outcome would be negative, or in any way you avoid, those things are all living outside the circle. So what happens, I think, with people that suffer from anxiety is we figure the easiest way to deal with it is to live inside the circle, so that we can avoid any form of stress or any form of anxiety, and we know the outcomes. We've tried it before, everything's going to be fine so long as we keep doing the same things. Even if that thing's not good for us, we keep on doing it because we know the outcome. and it's easy to get stuck in there. And then at the times when that circle, that comfort zone, starts getting smaller and smaller because there's more and more things we don't want to do or we don't believe are right for us, they get smaller and smaller, and we start to get claustrophobic, and we look for a solution, and we think the solution is to say, okay, then what we'll do is we'll come right outside of it as exposure therapy, try and tackle somebody outside, hoping that the circle expands. But it doesn't. It just overwhelms us, and we end up going further into the middle of the comfort zone, and that's it. We're lost. You know, we're going to stay there as long as we want. Probably too long, to be fair. So anyway, this is a thing that I saw that changed my perspective and helped me move forwards. The idea of the comfort zone is to be aware of the things that are within it and things that are outside of it. The things that are within it, you know you're capable of doing. You've tried them and you've tested them, and you know that you can do all of those things without any problems. The things outside of the comfort zone, they're an unknown. So what we tend to do is judge it off of past experience and say, well, did it work before, therefore shouldn't I do it again? And things we've had bad experiences with before, we don't want to try it again. So those things are probably too far outside the comfort zone. So we know that they probably have some kind of a connection with danger or exposure or feeling uncomfortable. So the technique is to look for things that are inside your comfort zone but sat on the edge of the comfort zone. So they're neither outside it or completely inside it. They're sat on the edge. So it's something that you could do. You don't really want to, but you know you're probably capable of doing. And although it would cause you discomfort, it wouldn't cause you as much discomfort as being right outside the circle. Yet it wouldn't cause you so much comfort that you don't have to push yourself and you stay inside the circle. So if you can start to identify things that are sat on the boundaries between your comfort zone and outside of your comfort zone, then you can start to identify where there's room to push your own limitations. Because I've found that if you don't do this, then you're trapping yourself and you're putting a cap on your ability to grow as a person. I mean, I'm no psychologist or psychotherapist. I enjoy psychology a lot, but I'm just basing this on my own personal experiences of probably around I don't know. I mean, I've suffered from anxiety since I was about 7 years old. So these are my experiences since being that age that I've found will help make you progress. I mean, not everybody, obviously, but some of you could be pushing yourself further outside your comfort zone. You know, if you're afraid to go outside, then stand on the doorstep. That's on the edge of the comfort zone. You know, if you're afraid to sign up to a university, just buy the prospectus and have a look at it. That's on the edge of the comfort zone. If you're afraid of socializing, then instead of staying in, start interacting with people that aren't in a social environment, like standing at the queue at the post office. That's on the edge of the comfort zone. You know, there's plenty of ways to expand it, but you want to do it in small increments, because if you do too big a leap, it's going to force you further back into the comfort zone. So if anybody knows the original video that that suggestion came from, I'd be interested to see the link. And if anybody has any further input on what they feel is good when it comes to dealing with the comfort zone and finding ways not to be stuck in it, then I would be interested in hearing that too. Okay, so until next time, bye bye.